I'm sitting here in the Media and STEM Center at St. Mark's School where it's very quiet. Today is fall break. We've ended the first quarter. And it's been a hard and challenging quarter, as you can imagine, in a school, as everyone's concerns and anxieties and fears about the pandemic continue to affect everything we do here, as we try to care for these children the best way we know how. And one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit that you may remember in Paul's letter to the Galatians, one of the gifts is self-control. And of course, you can imagine in a school setting with mostly pre-K and elementary age students and moving into middle school, teaching them self-control is a challenge. It's hard to hold ourselves back from saying what's on the tip of our tongue or judging others or doing something to another person that, if we just held back just a little bit, we wouldn't do or say. And I encourage you to be mindful of how you're treating other people these days. We're pretty angry, and I think anger really comes from a place of fear, and we're very afraid. We're afraid that the pandemic is never going to end. We're afraid that no matter whether I'm vaccinated or whether I'm wearing a mask, I'm still could get COVID. I'm afraid that I can't entrust my children even into the care of others. They couldn't possibly do what I'm doing for them. We're afraid to go visit the hospital. We're afraid to go to the hospital. We're just afraid. Confusing time, and we're kind of in a storm. And when that happens, we lose self-control. We decide that I've got to take everything into my own hands, and I can trust me, but I can't trust you. And so we say some pretty cruel and vicious things to each other. And I just want to remind you that as people filled with the Holy Spirit, you and I, the people who come to St. Mark's Church and School, we really need to be those people of self-control in the world around us, so we can demonstrate to others what it means not to be afraid, but instead to be filled with the Holy Spirit, with the power of God's love in our lives, so that we think before we talk, we hold ourselves back before we act, so that we can be a reminder to the world around us that God really is here, and that we have nothing to fear, and that light will shine in the dark. See you Sunday on live stream.
Uh-oh, you're evaluating my work.
I am.
Are you subscribed?
I will, with a red button.
And give us a thumbs up.
I'm a fan, of course.